Gel Beauty 87 here, and today we're gonna get into the Moon Spell palette here by Lunar Beauty. So I have been wanting this for a while, but I didn't buy it when it first came out. I don't know what it is with Manny's palettes. I like the color stories, but I don't ever want to buy them when they first come out. I don't know why, because it's not like I don't know I like the formula. The formula, his stuff is really nice. I just never jump on it when it first comes out. Like the new one is nice too, but since that one's more leaning neutrally, and y'all know I don't really go for that vibe, you most likely won't see that here unless I catch it like on a really good deal. This one I caught on sale this year on Beauty Bay. It was on sale last year for 50% off, and I still didn't buy it. So I ended up catching, I think, for like 30% off this year. And I was like, okay, I'll finally go ahead and try it out. I like the color story of it. Like, it has your little neutral boring row with, like, some more mauve tones, which we know is my, like, neutral aesthetic. As you can see, I have, like, more berry tone mauve blush on. Then I have, like, a caramely mauve tone type lip on, a rose tone lip on. And then you have, of course, my green and blue row. And, of course, my purple row. And if you've been here long enough, you know that greens, blues, and purples are my aesthetic. So this palette was just like right up my alley. So I figured we could do like a 3 looks, 1 palette type situation with this. And go ahead and, you know, see how we like it. I'm obviously not going to do any under, like, lower lash line work. But I think I'll put a brown pencil in the waterline at least. So that way we'll have something going on down there as opposed to, well, nothing like I normally do. So let me go off camera and get one eye started. And then I think we'll just go, well, we'll start with the neutral row. And then we'll do, like, the green and blue row. And then I'll do the purple row last. I would normally do them in order. But it's like I don't want my eye to be stained from, like, the purple in here. So I'd rather just get the neutral one out the way. And then this one, and then do the purple one last. So I will be right back with an eye done and we can get started. Okay, y'all, so we on to eye look 1. This is what we working with. I just did a simple little quick look. So I used this shade, I used every shade except the purple mauve one, surprisingly, because I could have just did a simple, you know, this one, that on the outer V, and that, but I figured I'd give you a more neutral look, since again we all know that's something I rarely do. I used my Nabla brush set from the side by side collection that they came out with this year. So I'm gonna go ahead with this little bitty brush. These brushes are amazing. I kind of want to get another set now the Nabla is having a sale, because I really like these. Now I don't know what I thought the brushes were gonna be like, because it's like I like Nabla's palettes and their foundation is okay. So I don't know why I thought, you know, I wouldn't like the brushes, but I don't know. I guess I'm just really shocked by how nice the quality they are, because I'm assuming they're supposed to be synthetic, but they feel amazing on the eyes. Don't quote me if they're synthetic or not, though. I honestly don't remember, but I'm like, they feel amazing on the eyes for what they are. And I'm obsessed with this little brush right here. This is the, what is it? The N205. It reminds me so much of my Detail Diffuse Crease brush from Sigma E33. I love that brush. I love this one just as much. So I'm like, I just want to get it back up. So I have a set at home and I have a set here because I really like this brush. Like, y'all, excuse me, I would buy this set just for this blush alone, but I like the majority of the brushes in here, which is shocking. It's only like 2 or 3 that are like I'm not obsessed with, but I still use them, so it's not like they're not gonna get used. It's just more of like when all the other brushes run out, then I'll use that one. Like, I'm not gonna go out my way to just use those 2 or 3 brushes, but they worked amazingly. This is like my 2nd or 3rd time using them. I feel like they do amazing eye looks. So we just went in with the shade. It was called Kiki. Now we're going to go in with Reniford. Yeah, lighter brown, and just start dusting it on top of this one. I'm taking this big fluffy N305 brush. Love this one as well. Like, it's 2 big fluffy brushes like this. I really like to use, go over stuff and diffuse it and make it, you know, look more airbrushed and nice and natural, like it blends with my skin, especially with colors like this. I really like to do that because it just looks like effortless and nice. So when I need to rush somewhere quick and I want a nice eye look, but I don't have the time to, you know, do all the colorful extra shit that I normally like to do, like I would definitely go for this row. Just take these 2 browns, put that shimmer on the lid that I put on there, because it's a nice soft shimmer. I just add a little pop toward the middle of the lid. So that pink shade I added in the middle of the lid, but I'd have been fine with Kiki, Winifred, and Samantha just to make, Winifred and Mary just to make this look, and it'd been all good. Now we're going to go in with the shade Mary, which is the really shimmery brown. And I'm just taking this N103 brush and starting to pack it on the lid. Now, it's not giving off that much shimmer, but it could just be the bristles on this particular brush that's making it not give off a lot to me. But I feel like it's shimmery enough for what I'm going for, which is supposed to be a somewhat like subtle look to show that you can get subtle looks out of this palette, or you can get bam, pow, in your face looks out of this palette. So I'm just trying to, handle that and get that done. I just got done watching Julia Mazzucato's video, and she's talking about how a lot of people are leaving the beauty community because they're just like burnt out, if you will. And I'm like, I totally feel her. Like, lately I've been feeling like I don't want to film anything either. So I'm totally getting it, but I'm trying to like push through it because to me it's therapeutic and it's something I like to do on the weekend. So I'm like, I don't mind doing it. It's just sometimes I'm discouraged because it's like I'll make a video and like today, like the palette match with the winners today. Although it says like 6 or 7 people watched it, it's like the view time was like 20 seconds on average. So it's like you just clicked on it, pressed like, and then like left. Like, that's not encouraging me to keep making videos. You just clicking on it for 20 seconds and like leaving. So I mean, like, I feel her on that because it's like a lot of, like, when I ask questions and then nobody answers, or like one person out of like all the people that watch the video answered, it's like, that's not encouraging to people to keep making videos like at all. So I'll definitely feel her on that part, because I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, why am I making these videos again? Like, y'all watch like 3 minutes of it and then leave. Like, why am I making this video? Why am I being bothered? Well, I'm being bothered because it's something that I like to do. And that's what I have to remind myself sometimes. Like, it's something you like to do, and not necessarily, like, because it's not like I'm getting paid for it. It's not like this is my job. It's like, it's just something I like to do. I'm going to take Samantha now, the pink one, and just put it in the middle eye like we did this one so we can be even. But, like, I feel on, like, YouTube isn't your career, and if you get ready to leave, you can leave. But the good thing is, like, if I did leave, you all wouldn't know I'm gone for, like, at least 2 months, because I'm always pre-filming every weekend, so that way if something does come up and I don't film, or if it's just, like I said, when I have a mood where I don't feel like filming, I don't have to, and then I don't have to feel bad about not, like, having a video up that day or that week or whatever. Because a lot of times I keep pushing through and making videos so that, like, the people who are not essential workers who get to stay home have something to watch. Because I notice a lot of YouTubers, like, dropping off and aren't making videos nearly as often as they used to and staying to their schedules and things like that. So it's like, I do it so that you all have something to watch. So it is quite discouraging when I, like, put this time and effort in on a weekend when I could be sleeping and relaxing, doing stuff with my son, only to see that, you watch the video for 20 seconds and then, like, left, like. Because, like, I work 10 hours a day. I come home, I sleep, so I don't really get that much time with my son. And then on weekends, he's usually with his dad. So it's like, I don't get that much time with him. When I do get time with him, I play with him till he, like, goes to bed. And then I'll still try to make videos for you all. And then you watch it for 20 seconds and then leave. It's like, so as a creator, I watching that video, I definitely understood where she was coming from. Because I'm like, yeah, you take time and effort and people watch for 20 seconds and leave. And then she's talking about how she saw different changes in the makeup industry. So I was like, oh, and I'm like, I heard, like, with personal hygiene, like, it went down a lot as far as people, like, buying deodorant and, like, soap and stuff. And, like, ice cream sales and went up. Which, I mean, I wasn't surprised by. It's like, you sitting in the house. A lot of people, like, eat when they're bored. I'm not a person who eats when they're bored. I usually watch, like, YouTube videos where I, like, organize stuff. So I'll be, like, organizing my eyeshadow palettes, trying to make myself declutter stuff and things like that. I don't necessarily, like, go to food for stuff like that. If anything, I'd go, like, online shopping and buy some stuff. If I was bored, I wouldn't eat. But I'm like, I hear a lot of people do that, like, eat when they're bored. So I wasn't surprised that the ice cream sales went up. Especially since, like, you're working from home. So it's like, you don't have to wash up and get ready the way you would normally do in order to have to go into an office to go to work. And then you wouldn't necessarily have to, you only have to be able to fit, like, your dress or your work shirts or whatever when you have to do your Zoom meetings and stuff like that. So I'm like, I get why things are changing in the way they're changing. Like, she was talking about skincare going up in sales higher than anything else. I'm like, well, it makes sense because it's like you don't have to wear foundation underneath your mask if you don't want to. The mask is covering up the majority of your face, and I know, as far as I'm concerned, where I have acne, like the mask covers it because, you know, it has to cover over my nose, and since it comes like all the way up here, y'all know my trouble areas are usually around here, so my forehead is clear, and my nose is clear, and then the rest of what isn't clear you can't see, so I don't necessarily have to wear makeup a lot of the time, and I don't normally wear makeup during the week anyway. I only wear it like for videos and when I'm trying to do wear tests and stuff. But since I don't get to wear makeup during the week, I think that's why I still go ahead and wear it on the weekends, because it's like I work during the week, so when am I going to, you know, really wear it? Because I don't wear a job where I need to be like wearing makeup. The ceiling fan doesn't care if I have on makeup, so sis, I don't really need it. But you know, that's my reason for wearing it. But for other people who usually have to wear it on a normal basis, and I can understand why they wouldn't do it. And she was also talking about how people that go to the drugstore to buy toilet paper and stuff aren't looking at the latest like L'Oreal products and the latest Revlon products. I feel like if you're a true makeup lover, you are still looking at this stuff. It's just you might not necessarily be anxious to buy it, but I figure you still at least go look at it if you're a true makeup lover like I am, because that's how I end up doing the review on the foundation I have on right now today. I will be doing an actual wear test tomorrow, but I just put it on a day for you all to see because it's like 5 o'clock at night and it's dark, and I told y'all people been trying to break into my grandmother's house, so I wasn't about to, you know, like go anywhere after it got like super dark like it is now. So ain't gonna be no wear test tonight, but I gotta go get gas in the morning before I go back home and drop off some cakes for my mom. So you'll get the wear test tomorrow. But anyway, this is the first eye look using the Moon Spell palette. We're gonna go into the green row now. So I'll be right back with one eye done for the green row. Okay, so on to shade 2 using the green and blue row. I noticed that this shade right here has a blue purple like shift to it when I was putting it on the lid, so I was digging that. But I'm kind of disappointed in the shade Nancy right here. I feel like it doesn't give off that much pigmentation when I put it on. It blended away into nothing. So we used the whole row on this one. So I'm gonna start off with Nancy on the outer V. No, sorry, not outer V, in the crease. So I went with Nancy on this brush just to pack it in, and I'm glad I did, because I feel like if I hadn't with the other one, oh goodness, y'all, I just remember I put the eyeshadow primer on because I wanted it to be tacky and fresh when I first did it, and I noticed that this one dries when you know, put it on and leave it. So, but yeah, Nancy kind of disappointed me because it wasn't as pigmented as I'd like, and y'all know that's my type of shade, so the fact that it wasn't giving me the pigmentation I wanted. Now, I feel like if I use a more pigmented base, like the eye base from, who are those people, Makeup Revolution, it would work a little bit better, but I don't usually have to do that with blue, so I was kind of disappointed that I would have to do that with this blue. And y'all know blues are some of my favorite tones to use, so the fact that I had to do that with this one was kind of disappointing. But you know, see, like, I feel like it just doesn't give off as much pigmentation as I would like it to. Like, look how lightly pigmented it is compared to other ones. I don't know if it's because it's harder person to pan. I don't know if it's because of the brush I'm using, but like, I was truly disappointed in the shade because I feel like I'm patting it in and packing it on. It just doesn't hardly give any pigmentation. I don't know what's going on with that, but you know. Moving on, now I'm going to take the shade, I think it's Marnie, and that's what I put on the outer V here, just the olivey looking green. So drag that in and up here. And now I'm going to take this brush and try to go back over the blue. One thing that sucks is I can't get any of these 3 eye looks on camera, on pictures, because it's like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. So y'all know it's daylight saving time. It's like pitch black outside. So I'm like, there's no point of, you know, trying to take pictures. I may end up having to do like I've been doing, where I sit in front of here and just take a picture, which I don't necessarily like, but you know, I think it's better than no thumbnail at all, you know, or like just using the picture that comes with the camera. So now I'm going to take the shade Bonnie, that light olive green shade, this one, and I just dusted that over the top of this shade right here. And I feel like on this side it gave a little bit more of an accent than it is on this side. But I might not have taken the eyeshadow primer up high enough, so that's why. And lightly dusting it over this. And around there. Okay, so that's how we're looking. Now we're going to go ahead and take the shade Fiona, which is the one that's on the lid, which is one of my favorite shades out of this row. I thought I was going to like the matte version of this one as well, but I feel like it disappointed. And like I said, when I put this on, that's when I noticed it had like purplish duochrome type shift to it. But you know, it's a nice looking shade. Now, the copper shade in the middle, like I feel like it's quite dry and hard to pick up on the brush. Like it took a lot for me to get into. Unless it's just one of those shades you have to dig into in order to get like the pigmentation off you want. Because I'm telling y'all, it feels so hard when I'm rubbing this brush in the pan. That's what she said. Okay. But yeah, it just feels really hard in the pan and hard to use. But this is the second eye look with Moon Spell. I told y'all I was going to use this row, so we use this row. Now we're going to go in with the final eye look, which is the purple one, which I feel like is going to be like my favorite one to do. I might try to do a halo eye with that one as opposed to the other one, so that way I can use this shimmer and then just put like this one in the middle and this one on the lid, and then we just use the purples matte ones over the top. So I'll be right back with the last look. Okay, y'all, so we on the final look with the purple row, and I used every single shadow in the row. So let's go ahead and put our primer on for the last time and get started on this last eye look, doing 3 looks with one palette, the Lunar Moon Spell palette. And I must say I like every look I have come up with so far. I'm gonna have to use it some more, but that's my first time using it. I got it in like last week, but like I said at the beginning of this video, lately I just haven't been like feeling inspired to like really do too much of anything. And it's not like YouTube doesn't take me away from the realities of the world, and that's not like I don't like doing it. It's just more, I feel like lately my creativity has stifled, and as y'all know, I didn't have that much to begin with. So whatever little I did have is, I feel like it has just dwindled away, and it's like, you know, just bored. I know a lot of people haven't been like filming as much as they used to. Like with certain people I used to watch that like had like just regular schedules, and they actually stuck to their regular schedules. But now a lot recently, I feel like they don't. They kind of just do these random uploads, and I just be like, oh, okay, so I'm not the only one who's like feeling it or feeling like, you know, it's just not the same. A lot of people haven't like filmed like months. Like some people I just watch sporadically. I like go to their channel, and it's like they haven't filmed in like months. Like for example, I went to Nicole Renee Cutler. She used to be Nicole Renee Cutler. Now she's just Nicole Renee. But I went up to like her channel and said she hadn't filmed in like 7 months, and I was like, oh, okay. There's other people like they just haven't filmed for like a couple of months. Or like I was watching Neon MUA today, and he was talking about how he hasn't been filming because of depression and some other things. And I love watching his channel. Like I feel like he always turns out bomb eye looks, and he just is really inspiring. And I know Lily Living Life and a few other people that I love to watch have been like, you know, discouraged, if you will. And some people have been flourishing, like my girl Karen Harris. Like she's over there just living her best life, getting to 8K and stuff. Like, and I'm super excited for her. But, you know, everybody's dealing with it in their own separate way. Like, I just, you know, pray and go on through it, and, you know, pray that it gets better, and, you know, like, the effort is, like, appreciated, because I make sure you get a video every single day, and you don't understand how hard that is for me sometimes, because sometimes it's like, that means I have to sit here for, like, 3 or 4 hours and film, like, 4 or 5 videos just so I have, like, videos for a whole week. And sometimes I have creative bursts where I like come up with a whole bunch of different eye looks, at least color combinations, and want to do like 5, 10 or different 15 different like looks. And I'll slow myself down and do like 5 now, and then like 5 another time, and then like maybe 5 the next day or something, and I'm like good to go. But other times, like, I just don't feel inspired or feel, you know, like I want to be bothered with doing like anything pertaining to YouTube or my channel. I just feel like, you know, whatever. So today I felt a little inspired, so I was like, we're gonna go ahead and try to do a little something. But you know, I use a dark purple, obviously. Now I'm gonna use the shade Page. And it sounds like it's raining outside. I haven't looked out the window, so I honestly don't know. But I'm dipping into this powdery pink shade. Like I told y'all, I'm using every shade in here. So I actually used shimmers on the lid to do the halo. And then I did the rest of the shimmers in the middle and then the inner corner. So I think it turned out pretty decently. I mean, the halo isn't as wide as I would have liked it to be. But, you know, I don't do them that often. So it's like more of a practice makes perfect thing. I need to practice doing some more of those more often. As opposed to, you know, not, so that way they'll turn out better, because I feel like this is a little too close to the inner corner and I wanted more like toward the center of the eye. But at least it came out looking halfway decent, since I think I've done halo eyes maybe like less than 10 times on my channel in like the last 2 years. So I feel like it's looking pretty good, considering it's not something I do on a consistent basis. Okay. Yeah, so now we're gonna take the shade Piper, which is this one right here. I did that one on both sides to create the halo, and I put this in the actual halo, so that's that shade you see in there. And obviously this is the inner corner one, because I didn't have anything else to use. I mean, anything left to use out of this row. So I started by just putting Utterby right here. To me, the most difficult part about them is trying to like make them even or whatever, because otherwise I feel like I do a halfway decent job. It's just I don't feel like it's always even. Or sometimes I feel like I brought the coloring too far. So I'm trying to stop like about right there. It's looking pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna take the shade Phoebe. This is what it looks like. Nice iridescent type situation. I just patted it on the lid, even though y'all know I normally don't like to do this. When it comes to halo eyes, I'll usually go ahead and do it, or if I feel like the shimmer isn't gonna work that well with a brush, or I tried it with a brush and didn't work, then I'll go on with a finger. But I prefer not to go into the finger unless I absolutely have to. That's when I'm just like, yeah, no. See, I wanted it to be like a little bit more centered like this one is, as opposed to this one, but you know. Again, like I said, practice makes perfect, so I just need to do them more often with you all, and then, you know, I'll get better at them. But yeah, so this is the last eye look. And this is what the color looks like on the back of my hand. So I swatched it a couple of times because I had to do it on each eye. But yeah, so this is the finished third eye look using the Lunar Beauty Moon Spell palette. I have to say, for the most part, I was impressed. I was a little underwhelmed with a couple of things, but you know, overall I like the palette enough. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this little part right here because I got a little like happy in that area right there, just to be able to make this thumbnail, because since this is the last look, this is the only look I have for the thumbnail. Oh wait, no, we're not done. So sorry. Just realized I didn't put the inner corner in. So let's go ahead and pop that in real quick. And this shade surprised me, because in the pan y'all saw it was lavender purple, but as you can see, like when you do like this, it gives you, to me, it gives you more pinky-ish type shade, and it's kind of chunky, but it's pretty metallic. Like a chunk of it just came out when I pushed the brush in it just to put this in the inner corner. So I would just say be advised about it being a little chunky. But yeah, so this is the finished eye look using the Lunar Beauty Moon Spell. So I have done 3 looks for you all. Let me know if you were interested in this palette. I stalled the new one and it literally came out, I think, like the week I ordered this one and it came in the mail to me. But yeah, I like it, but I don't think I'm gonna like rush to go out and get it. But I said that at the beginning of this video, like for some reason I don't ever rush to go out and get man these palettes. And like I said, it's not like I don't like them. Clearly this is the second one I've bought and he only has like 4. So I have like half of his collection, which shows I like them enough to keep buying them. But I don't know, I I guess because his color story is always, I feel like, somewhat played safe. I don't rush to be like, oh, you know, but I need that. And then, like I said, the blues in here weren't that great to me. I feel like the blues in the Strawberry Dream palette are a little bit better. I tried to get that for you all for the giveaway that's coming up, but it ran out of Sephora before I got a chance to pick it up. But I got some other things that are coming for the December giveaway, so just stay tuned for that. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.